Chubstep.
Jrad.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed. Chubstep.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
I'm into hard sci-fi. Fantasy is bullshit. Yeah.
Hopefully none of you's claustrophobic.
Claustrophobic? Who would ever be scared of Santa Claus?
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Yeah, the show started.
Hello, welcome back from a long distance version.
Yeah.
Long distance version of Chubstep.
Steed looks like he's trying to hide from somebody right now. He's in North Carolina.
Yeah, I am in an uncomfortable situation, but you know what? I'm out here on the streets making it work. Why?
That's right.
Because the video that I made a thumbnail saying don't watch this on YouTube got the most views.
I know. If anything we've released in like the last 2 months, the video that you literally, and you didn't put that as their joke. You said this is literally don't listen to this episode.
Yeah. I said don't listen to this. It's bad. Seriously, don't listen to it. And people are like, this is the one I'm going to check out from these Chubstep podcast boys on YouTube.
Yeah.
So thanks, guys. Now, I'm working the algorithm. I'm like testing a lot of stuff out with the thumbnails, with the shorts, like release time, hashtags, fish hashtags seem to do good. Harry Potter hashtags seem to do good.
Yeah.
But then if you do crypto hashtags, those tank. If you do menopause hashtags, those tank. Because I thought we had a pretty funny menopause one. That was like my favorite short that was on there.
No views. People don't like menopause.
Yeah, apparently. And they didn't want to figure out how it works.
Yeah.
So
joke's on them. Now they're not going to understand what's happening to their body.
Yeah,
Men
exactly.
or women.
I know. And like men could have helped their women through it if they listened to that. But whatever. YouTube doesn't think people need that. I've never seen it on YouTube. Nobody else explaining it, but we did.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe not the right target audience for YouTube. Maybe not a lot of women that are hitting menopause on YouTube. Maybe,
Well, this content's not meant for kids. We checked that box. Okay, we checked that box on every video. Not meant for kids.
Well, yeah, exactly. I feel like if I put something that is meant for kids, I saw the same thing. And if I click that and like I say one thing, I'm also going to be on some list or locked up.
Yeah. And me as like a half father right now, which is going to make zero sense to all the listeners. But have I adopted? No, I haven't adopted kids. Sometimes I live with kids now. Remember, the listeners know I used to live across the street from daycare. Well,
you're getting closer and closer to kids, I notice. You might have a son that you fathered in South Korea.
Yes.
Then you lived across from a daycare, which nothing bad happened, and now you're living with somebody who has kids.
Yes, exactly. But they're not there all the time. Yeah. But okay, so this is gonna make Pat so mad. My roommate. His daughter called me dad in front of him.
Yes.
And he immediately threatened to fight me. He was gonna gonna bash me. And I was like, whoa. Just because I gave her an extra Oreo.
Yeah.
Just because she got, she had a Sour Patch Kid in front of me and I didn't get mad. That's it. Does that make me a father?
It's that simple.
Does that make me a father? Yeah. Maybe it does. What can you do?
What can you do?
I'm a father. I'm a Korean boy father. I'm a quarter father of two beautiful children now.
Throwing in the beautiful part is always a classic.
Well, they're beautiful children.
Yeah.
I mean, not like they're not America's Next Top Model beautiful, but they're not deformed.
That's good. Yeah. But
Okay,
even
they're
if they were,
normal.
that's okay too. You'd still love them just the same.
When we thought your kid was ginger, I was already checking him off the list. I was
We
done. I
confirmed he
was
wasn't, though. We
done.
did confirm he was not
Yeah,
ginger.
when we saw the real ginger baby, it changed
Yeah.
America for the better, though. It's going to be a beautiful strawberry blonde boy.
That's right. That's right.
And
Um,
yeah,
so Steed, I wanted to get into this Tanzania news. I haven't done the Tanzania news in a
oh
long
wow,
time.
oh
The infection causes immediate respiratory failure, and scientists claim the mutation is now transmitted.
You know what Fugazi is? Fugazi, it's a fake. Yeah, Fugazi, Fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust.
What are you from Tanzania?
Yes, I am.
yeah. No, I'm not gonna lie. I've kind of been picking up the slack on Tanzania.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And
But
so I was gonna start with one article about like how they found another person in the opposition's party just like
and
got pulled
murdered
from
him.
a bus and got acid
Yeah,
thrown on him and killed.
yeah.
But that was a little too negative.
Okay.
Also, just heads up if you're in Tanzania, maybe just like if you're gonna be part of the opposing party, opposing political party, just go ahead and don't tell anybody.
Yep.
Yeah,
You're gonna want silent. You
I
silent
would do a
majority.
silent vote. But I found a more interesting article about the conflict with elephants, the human elephant conflict
Oh
in
God.
Tanzania. So apparently a big, and I know we've like briefly touched on this a little bit, but this is a little more specific of what's going on now. Elephants are a big problem with like people that have farms in
Because
Tanzania.
I are they overpopulated there? I know they are in some parts of Africa.
Yes, yeah. So th they talked about that in like some parts they're kind of endangered, but now they've been like, you know, they've been doing a pretty good job of preservation. So like some of them have been coming back. And
Yeah.
now there's a lot more population just in Africa than there was. So some of these like areas that they used to roam are like, they still want to eat. They need 992 pounds of food and 50 gallons of water a day.
Oh my God.
So
That's a lot of. That's a whole cow.
that's
That'd
a
be like
ton.
me walking outside and eating a cow.
Exactly. So they need a ton and a lot of room. Obviously, they're huge.
Yeah.
So like this doesn't happen a ton, but people do just get like trampled by them. Like they're
Yeah.
kind of
Oh yeah.
aggressive sometimes, especially if they feel frightened. So like the article starts off with this lady whose husband like, was walking the cows or something, just like she comes back and just like he had been trampled to death. So she's like, how do I need some help with this. The government's like, okay, well, now we're giving out $300 if you get killed by an elephant, or we'll pay you a certain amount per acre if you get crops damaged. Because sometimes people go outside and their crops are just
Oh,
like leveled because
trampled.
they
Yeah.
just trample through it or went and try to eat something. Um, so you get $300 if you're a family get
If
$300
you die.
if they die. But if you try to kill an elephant, they get you in jail for a minimum of 20 years.
Oh,
So it's a little one-sided. Seems
elephant
like a much
biased.
bigger
Yeah.
punishment to kill an elephant than to be killed by an elephant.
Yeah. That should be 20 years for the elephant
I agree.
of
You got to at least.
circus service.
I love that. I love
Yep.
that circus performance. Yes, they have to travel around with Barnum and Bailey's, and and somebody has to ride them. I love that idea, Steve. 20 years of punishment.
That's
Okay,
only fair. That's how people
so
are going to respect it.
so this whole article is about how people fight this. So they've come up with some clever things. Two that were kind of highlighted because you can't shoot them, right? That's not one of the options.
No, but can you wound them?
Ooh, unclear. Unclear how they do that. But apparently, apparently elephants hate chili powder. So
Oh, okay.
guess why they're not located in, Mexico.
Yeah, that makes sense
Um,
now.
but people are filling up condoms with chili powder and then
Okay.
throwing them
All
like
right.
water
Hold up.
balloons at an elephant. So in this scenario, they just fill up the condoms with chili powder, throw them at the elephants, hoping they explode, and then they hate
Okay.
the chili powder so much they run the other direction.
Why the hell are they using condoms and not some other bag device.
My guess, if I had to guess, that countries that are struggling more do not spend money on water balloons.
Okay, I got a better guess, right?
Yeah.
Some like UN guy comes and gives them like 10,000 condoms. And
Yeah.
nobody likes condoms, right? So they're like, well, what are we going to use these fucking things for? And they're like, all right, well, we got to herd the elephants off with this like shopping bag. And they're like, no, we use those like to pick up dog poop. So
yeah, that's what people use.
We can't use that.
Yeah, grocery bags for.
Yeah, exactly. But we have all these condoms, and we're not using those. So we'll throw those at the elephants.
Yeah. You know what? Now that you're saying that, I'm almost 100% sure that's what happened.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Because of the excess of condoms, they're throwing those chili powder elephants. The other way people are getting rid of them is beating on buckets. Like, so
like
just,
the city drummer guy.
Exactly. So my thought was, if the bucket boys, who are now pretty famous, they're getting paid gigs and stuff like this. A lot of the guys. I was literally at an event like 2 weeks ago, and the headlining act was the Bucket Boys. The Bucket Boys, if they want to give back, go ahead and go over to Tanzania,
herd away some elephants.
Yep, herd away some elephants, beat on the buckets, they will leave. But here's the crazy thing, Steve. Here's what the whole kind of main part of the article is about. Is somebody found out that elephants hate bees. Even though bees are small, elephants are massive. They're like super sensitive to bee stings. They get in like the sensitive areas of a bee.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Exactly. So they're like, well, and they don't like the sound of it either. So sometimes bees like,
in their ear, because they go right in your ear.
Yeah. Who likes the sound of a bee?
No,
so
nobody.
They have like along fence posts. Somebody's like, I'm just going to stick a bunch of beehives along my fence posts. So
ingenious.
Yes. So now the smart person, what they did is they put a honeybee little boxes on along each fence post. So then they're actually selling the excess honey.
Okay. All right.
But then also they are like having bees. Now most people try to remove bees when they're on your property. Well, this person is actually adding bees to their property.
Okay, well, you remove wasps, right? Or only bees if they're like in your house.
Yes, that's fair. That's fair.
Because I've pet plenty a bee. I walk up to them, I pet them on their little fuzzy back.
Yeah.
But a goddamn wasp on site, me and the wasp are we're fighting to the death.
Yeah.
No, one of us is going down. Normally it's a wasp.
Yeah, and you cannot get honey from a wasp.
No, the wasp is one. I'll give him 2 times out of 30 that I've dueled the wasp. And one time my leg swelled up. Famous Chubstep episode. The leg swelled up to the size of a football. Josh Allen football. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Foot swelled up to the size of a Georgia pecan, Georgia peach, Georgia pie, Georgia pudding pie. It was not a good day.
Sweet potato pie.
Yeah. It was swelling. All right. It was big. I did not like that. I would not be putting. Well, I would put maybe a little bumblebee on my property because they're cute.
Okay. So they tried this out in one area. In 2020 they had 62 elephant raids. I don't know how big this area was, but they were measuring 62 elephant raids. In 2023 they got it down to 15. So the elephant still gets by sometimes, but it's a big deterrent.
The word elephant raids makes it sound so aggressive and like threatening, like so purposeful.
Yeah, it's more just like they're looking for food and they're like, there's food over there, there's water over there, or that kind of stuff. But it does seem more organized.
The word raids makes me think of Vikings, where they're all like, let's go fuck up some churches, bros.
Yeah.
Makes you think of elephants like, see that farm over there? Not today, brother.
Yeah.
But it's probably not like that. I'm glad bees are a simple enough deterrent.
They are. It does not 100% effective, but they are a deterrent.
80% effective.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll take it. That's the big update in Tanzania on elephants. So
that's good. We needed that because after the Maasai herders were kicked out, where I didn't know how Savannah was going to go and all the safaris and everything, but this is a good update.
Yeah, thank you. What's something you want to get to, Steve?
Jay, I did something a few weeks ago. You were talking about like being charitable and how.
Yeah, it's less about doing something charitable and just saying that you're charitable. Like, I'm very charitable.
Yeah, so like 45 minutes ago, I did something charitable.
Okay.
And it was really close to being something not charitable.
Okay.
So we went out, we went to a barbecue place where they like smoke meat and shit. It's fucking delicious. We got a bunch of smoked ribs, smoked brisket, onion rings, Brussels sprouts, delicious. Had some leftovers because we ordered an extra pound of ribs. Oops, sorry, whoopsie daisy. Anyways, get the doggy bag. I got one rib in there, one smoked rib. It's really fucking good. Like best rib you've ever had. Pile of onion rings, couple Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
And I was thinking about how much you hate homeless guys. And I was like,
I phrase it that way, but
well, that's you. Yeah, you hate them. You always talk about it on the show publicly. And I was like, I'm going to take this tray of food, and as we're going down the road, I'm going to throw it at a homeless guy.
So you're going to do it meanly? Like, I'm going to throw that at them, not like hand it to them?
Yeah, no, like we're going 40 miles an hour down the road, and then I throw it an extra 20. So that thing is going 60 miles an hour.
So that would be, yes, that would be a borderline abuse, right? Yeah.
It would be assault.
Assault, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was my plan. And I was like, it's going to be really funny. I was going to take a video of it. Just going to, chuck it would explode. Onion rings would go everywhere. And then I was like, Jared's going to be so happy that I did this because he hates homeless guys.
That would not
so
have been
much.
my reaction, but
yeah, it would have. Jared, you would have died laughing. Like that's your whole thing. You've talked about like 6 times on this show, like how much you hate homeless guys.
Okay, continue.
Anyways, we got too close to the hotel before I saw a homeless guy. Because we're staying in a hotel in Charlotte. Got too close to the hotel. I was like, they're just gonna follow us because we're in a work truck. They're gonna just like be able to see the work truck. Yeah. So I was like, fuck, I guess I'll just like give it to one. And there was one sitting right outside the hotel. And I walked up to him and I was like, hey brother, how about some ribs and onion rings? And he was like, man, thank you so much. Gave him the ribs and onion rings, filmed it, put it on my Instagram. 600,000 followers.
Wow.
I'm famous now.
Wow.
I'm famous. Yep, that's all it takes.
God bless.
God bless. God bless. So what's up? What's up? How charitable are you?
Please clap.
See, again, I don't have to talk about what my actions are to be charitable because the more I talk about them, people can judge if it is charitable or not. If I just talk about how charitable I am, how much I give and things like that.
I'm just giving one anecdote. I'm giving one simple anecdote of like one of the many charitable things that I've done.
Okay.
Because that's one of the many.
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there. Like, I looked him in the eye. He could have cut me. He could have stabbed me.
Yeah.
And I took that risk. And Zach was like, do you want me to watch you while you go give it to this guy? And I said, you just go inside. I got this. I didn't want to spook him like a little raccoon, when you go to pet a raccoon.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spook
any animal. You don't want to, any person, any animal. You don't want to scare him.
Yeah. I was brave out there.
That's incredible, Steve. Only 600,000 followers. I mean, and very brave of you to film it too.
It was brave of me to film it. Well, that was more for my protection and his protection. in the case of an event. No, you know what? I'm going to challenge all the Chubstep listeners to give leftovers to a homeless guy.
And not throw food at them.
Don't throw food at them going down the road. How tempting it may be. This one's going to come back.
I've never been tempted by
Jared, this episode is going to come back to bite us once we make it big.
And why is that?
Because, like, when we're on Joe Rogan, everyone's going to look into our past. And then they're going to pull this episode up, and it's going to talk about me wanting to throw, barbecue a plate of barbecue leftovers at a homeless
Yeah.
guy.
See, that's it's intrusive thought, right? It's an intrusive thought. It's
Yeah,
one of
but
those things that like, oh man, what if I did it? Or, people have those things, and you didn't let that overtake you.
Jared, I had the
You did the
window
right
rolled
thing.
down. I had the plate in my right hand and my left hand. My phone was on video record.
Man.
I was close. It was close to being bad.
Well, praise be, Steve. You did the right thing. Praise
This
be. Praise be.
praise be. This was almost a different episode.
That's true. That's true.
Woo!
Woohoo.
Woohoo.
Nice. Well, perfect. Thanks, Steve, for not doing that.
Don't double click that iPhone headphone and skip this podcast, because we'll be right back with more Chubstep.
I've got a long thing about third party political parties are like the strangest ones in history. But I want to save that for when we have more time.
Okay, I got a quick thing if you want.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, so I saw this story, New York Post, big credible magazine. China under fire, Chinese zoo.
I'm in love with the Chinese chick.
People thought they were going to see the lovely creature panda, some panda cubs. Turns out they painted some chows in black and white stripes.
No way.
Yeah, and they had to admit it because a bunch of Chinese people were outraged that they went to the Shanwei Zoo, and the freaking pandas just started barking.
Oh my God.
And like acting like dogs. Oh my God. And as I'm scrolling down this article, I got an ad for like a anal prostate device. What is this supposed to do? Sorry.
I'm seeing if I could find this picture for people.
Oh my God. Yeah. The picture's ridiculous because it does not look like a panda bear. It's just a dog. It's literally a dog that's painted.
Oh my God, I have it here. I will share it on for people that look at our YouTube, which is we're basically caught up now. If it's not out by the time this episode is out on Spotify and other spots, it'll be out in the next day or two.
Yeah.
So here it is here. I mean, okay, here's what I will say. Not a bad paint job.
It's not. And I guess it got away with it for a little while. And then the zoo, like, when people started calling them out, they were like, these are dogs. The zoo was like, oh, it's a breed of panda dogs.
Oh.
So they were trying to say, like, yeah, it's half panda, half dog or something. And then eventually they were just like, okay, it's chows, and we painted them. But look, yeah, that's one of our many displays, like painted panda dogs. They tried to make that like their thing. They were the painted panda dogs.
Spin zone, yeah.
Yeah, big spin zone.
So yeah, if you look at, I mean, it's not, again, like whoever the painting job was good. It was just their hair's a little different. The hair's like not as fluffy.
Not as fluffy. Yeah, if they had a poodle, I think they could have pulled it off.
Yeah, I mean, it's the wrong type of dog, but they have a good round face for this. Now, I'm assuming they didn't get the consent from the chows, unless maybe the chows like, I'm going to get more attention this way.
Honestly, the chows seem pretty happy because think about it. The pandas live the like perfect life for a dog. You just live in like an outdoor area. You have a little dog house. People feed you. People pet you. You can bark and shit. That's like a good life for a dog.
Yeah. So,
I mean, yeah, painting their eyeballs is a little rough.
That's so funny. I love that. Just like, yeah. So why did they never have the baby pandas? Was that just not a thing that they had?
Yeah, so panda's like that's like the animal of China, right?
Yes.
So if you're the Chinese zoo, you gotta have the pandas. These guys didn't have the pandas, and they were like, yeah, we have pandas. Everyone goes to see the pandas. Some people are like, not sure. And the crazy thing is, this is not the first time this exact thing has happened before. It happened in the Taizhou Zoo in the Jiangsu province in May. Yeah. In May. So this year,
oh my God.
Again, it happened where a zoo was like, shit, we don't have any pandas. All right, just paint whatever we got. Paint the dogs.
Oh my God. Hilarious. I love the whoever idea that was. Just like
I
fuck it,
know.
we'll do a getaway. But in the age of the internet, you
It's
can't get away with
so
that stuff. You
it
can't get
doesn't
away with
look.
that stuff.
I mean, if you've never seen a panda before, you might be like, "Oh, that's cute." But the second those dogs, I mean, they look nothing like pandas.
I mean, here's what I will say, Steve. Here's what a chow chow looks like normally. They did a pretty good job of because that doesn't look anything
You
like
know
a
what? I'll
panda.
give them that. I will give them that. They did do a good grooming job. As
It
good
was a
as they
really
could
good
have
grooming
done,
job.
they did.
I think that the big shout out to the groomer is on this,
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Pretty impressive.
because that
Yeah,
doesn't look like it, but it looked a lot more like it when it was beta like panda. So I love that.
I mean, some of these pictures where they're in the exhibit, they like one looks really close to a panda,
Yeah,
like a little baby panda. Then you're looking at another one and it just looks like a straight up dog.
yeah, yeah,
Like two of the pictures. Four of the
yeah.
pictures. Four out of
I
five
love it.
pictures look like that's a straight up dog.
It's and pandas are such a Chinese thing. It's like somebody like
You
doing a fake like bald eagle in America, right? It's like
yeah, you put a seagull. You
you
paint
got a
up a
seagull
seagull.
and exactly. They're like, no, it's a baby bald eagle. We got it at the zoo. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah, look at his head. We shaved it. You're
Yeah.
like, I don't think they're actually shaved. What?
Exactly. Yeah. I like it. I like it. All right. Well, Steed, good luck in your future trip back. Chubstep will be glad to have you. People email the show, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. Make sure to follow Steed for more of his charitable endeavors.
Yep. Next week, I'm gonna get like a sock full of change.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and hand it off to a guy driving full speed. So it's like
Great idea.
it's like high risk, high reward type of thing.
Interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, this does not sound like it would go well, but I mean, it
Well,
just depends on the speed.
all right. Well, I'm not allowed to fire the plate of, you know, piping hot onion rings out of the window at like 60 miles an hour. So what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to have fun?
I think you'll find a way, Steve. If people have ideas on how Steve can be benefit everybody, just go to
Yeah.
email show chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. New episodes
No
every Thursday.
felonies.
The show is ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.